Through the cerebrovascular system, oxygen-rich blood is pumped by the heart through the arteries specifically to the brain. These arteries branch into smaller vessels called arterioles, which deliver oxygen to the brain via capillaries. Oxygen diffuses from capillaries into brain cells where it is used for energy. The oxygenated blood is then drained away through veins, returning to the heart and lungs to pick up more oxygen. The correct pathway of blood to the frontal lobe is through the internal carotid arteries, which branch off from the common carotid arteries in the neck. These arteries supply oxygenated blood to the anterior and the middle cerebral arteries, which further branch into smaller vessels and ultimately deliver the blood to the frontal lobe of the brain.
Deoxygenated blood enters through the right atrium into the tricuspid valve, into the right ventricle, then goes into the pulmonary valve, then goes into the pulmonary artery, which finally enters in the lungs for oxygenation. Oxygenated blood returns from the lungs via the pulmonary veins into the right atrium, passes through the ventricle valve into the left ventricle, and is pumped out through arterial valve into the aorta, which distributes into the rest of the body.
Oxygen is primarily transported in the blood by binding to hemoglobin molecules within red blood cells. Hemoglobin carries oxygen from the lungs, where it is taken in during respiration, to tissues and organs throughout the body. Once delivered to tissues, oxygen is released from hemoglobin and diffuses into cells for use in cellular respiration. Additionally, a small amount of oxygen is dissolved directly in the plasma of the blood.
Oxygen enters the blood from outside air through the process of inhalation and gas exchange in the lungs. When we breathe in, oxygen passes through the airways and reaches tiny air sacs called alveoli. Then, oxygen diffuses into nearby blood vessels, binding to the hemoglobin and red blood cells. The oxygen-rich blood is then pumped by the heart through to tissues throughout the body, where oxygen is released to fuel cellular activities.
The brain needs oxygen primarily for cellular respiration, a process that occurs in the mitochondria of cells. Cellular respiration is essential for producing ATP, the primary energy source for cellular activities. Oxygen serves as the final electron acceptor in the electron transport chain of cellular respiration, allowing for efficient ATP production.
Thank you for watching!